Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special Big Brother Over the Top postseason interview show with Monty. We are going to have so much fun on this show, everybody. You can check out all of our previous shows at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBOTT if you want flashback times to see all of Monty's best moments in the house. They're at yourrealityrecaps.com/BBOTT flashbacks 24/7 live feed updates over on Twitter at BBOTT live feeds. And lastly, the best way to help support our shows is to become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get weekly patron-only shows, access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways for patrons, or you can do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. That being said, let's bring in the man you guys all want to hear from. It's Monty!
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Monty, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. Pretty good. Adjusting to life again. You know, being in that house was crazy. Like, just tons of chaos all the time. So I'm adjusting back to reality pretty well.
Good. I am glad that you are adjusting back to reality. Now, Monty, I want to let you know, I am gay, and you are on a show with a gay person. Are you okay with this, Monty?
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with that. We all live under the same sun, man. It doesn't bug me at all. Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Monty. Now, Now, I also appreciate that you're not talking over me. I should have told you that, too. Are you aware that the big joke about you this season is that you talk over people a lot? I got my new
Yes. Yes, I did. I have heard the rumors of that, and I try to apologize for that, but I guess I was trying to be a little too aggressive at first. So, yeah, I guess that is a good joke. You know, you got to kind of learn to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, this is very true, Monty. You are on the right show for this. All right. Let's talk about one other not laughing thing, so we can kind of get this out of the way, too. What do you want to say about the whole Justin and in the house, and it was implied that you were saying he was stealing clothes, which kind of caused a big issue in the house. I'm going to give you the floor to say what you want to say about it.
Yeah, man. First of all, you know, everybody in that house has got some great character. Everybody comes from different areas. You know, we're all just good people. And that was really one of the things that was just kind of overblown. I actually like Justin. He's a really cool guy. He's a fisherman. He owns his restaurant. He works out. He's an athlete like myself. And we really connected with that aspect of things. But we are a little bit different. He's a little bit more just character. And he's a little more just kind of loud. I'm a little bit more reserved usually. I don't have anything against him, though. And the whole short comment was like he bonded him off his friend is what I was saying, because he would talk about doing what he's got to do and, you know, taking stuff from his buddies and wearing them forever. And then just kind of, you know, so it was in no way anything meant negative towards his character or who he is. It was just a joke that the house didn't receive as well as I thought they would. Right. And I'm sorry, I'm really more disappointed in how Danielle handled that. I wish she had come and approached me first before going to him. Then that could have all been resolved. And, yeah.
Do you play, I don't remember. Did you have a chance to talk that out with him in the house? Did you apologize to him for that? You did?
Well, yeah, we talked about it. And, you know, we both, you know, honestly, the way I see it, man, I've said press before, too. If I was in his shoes and I thought someone had said something negative about that to me, I would have been upset just like him. I wouldn't have blown up like he did. I would have had better self-control, you know, character with that. But that's nothing against him. I don't blame him for being upset. I'm only irritated with how Danielle perceived it, went behind my back instead of confronting me about it first, when really that's when everything could have been resolved. Because Danielle knows that I'm not that way, because I told her she was beautiful 2 days before that. Me and Neely worked out all the time. I love Neely. I hope she wins. So, I mean, any kind of absurd assumption that I'm some certain way is just, it's biased and taken out of context.
Will you, when Danielle gets out of the house, will you talk to her to try and, work out your guys' difference once she
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, you know, the Big Brother alumni is one big family. And at the end of the day, we're blessed to have that opportunity. It's a rare group, and I hope we can all be friends and get along and at least, you know, be civil. Me and Justin were very civil there towards the end. We both kind of put the differences behind us, and we worked out together and kind of joked around with each other and laughed. I even had a rap battle with him, and we loved that. Me and him freestyle. But I mean, I know he voted me out and stuff. Sure, I knew he wanted me out of the house, but it was more just as a threat, I believe. So, but yeah, I definitely will contact everybody in the house.
I say it, people do not believe me. We had Bronte on. She told me, never will I be friends with Paul. She's hanging out with Paul right now.
Yeah.
You guys are all going to be friends. I think a lot of viewers get really emotionally invested in the game. This is a season where we are super invested in the game. Yep. And I think game is game and real world is real world. And I hope that you guys work it out once you're out in the real world. What I want to know about, which is also what Kanika Dodge, one of our patrons, wants to know, we're kind of missing little aspects from this season, and we want to know, what was it like now that you found out Morgan and Alex are sisters?
Oh my God, man, that was absolutely crazy. I feel like an idiot, first of all. Now I'm looking back and I'm like, they look just the same. They're just like siblings would be. You know, they're both blonde from Texas, but they're different personalities. One was more sporty cheerleader. Another one's kind of more the smart, you know, kind of just laying under the covers, you know. But, you know, it's just kind of, it's crazy when looking back at it that they definitely are sisters now. I see it perfectly. But they've got the house full right now, which tells me a lot about their game, that they're pretty good at this too. So,
would you have reacted any differently or done anything differently had Morgan told you that when you were in the house?
Not really. I still would have tried to, you know, have a team with them, an alliance, but it definitely would have made me aware that they are very good at keeping secrets, which kind of makes you be like, okay, I wonder if there's anything else they're keeping. So if that does get revealed, they're definitely going to be in some trouble because people won't be able to trust them as much. So,
yeah, I as a fan want to see it. I as a fan want to see that.
It might, but it's going to be a couple weeks. If them two stay in the house for a couple more weeks together, maybe Jason seemed like he was close to hating it, you know, so.
Yeah, Jason is. Jason 100% does seem like he's close to figuring out. Rachie M wants to know, have you watched any of Big Brother Over the Top since you've been out of the house? Let's start there.
Yes, I have watched a little bit. I've watched a lot of the live feeds. You know, I was glad to see Scott won HOH. You know, he kind of started working with me towards the end. I think he gets misread a lot like myself. And so I think he had a pretty good turn. He's definitely agitated at Shane for backstabbing me like he did. And, you know, me, Shane, Scott, and Cornbread all had an alliance, and Shane turned his back on Cornbread and me instantly. So Scott's doing the right thing. Shane kicked him out, no questions asked. So I think Shane's a big target for him. And I think that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out tomorrow. And but no, I've gone back and watched a little bit of live feeds of myself, and kind of, you know, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, or what an idiot I am trying to make coffee for 3 hours. But you know, it's all been good and fun. You got to learn to laugh at yourself.
I want to talk about that a little bit because that's the other part of the question. But let me throw this in here right now really quick, because kind of like what you just said, I believe the POV ceremony has happened. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been working today. But yes, Scott wants to remove Chrissy and put up Shane as the replacement now, and is targeting Shane this week. So you're happy with his move in doing that?
Yeah, I think so. I think because at the end of the day, I'm pulling for, I guess, the Ball Smashers is their name now. It was Plastics, now it's Ball Smashers. I wouldn't mind seeing Neely win either. I do like Neely a lot.
Yeah, we named them, like America named them Plastics. They named themselves Ball Smashers. So you're a fan of Ball Smashers. Yeah, I think it's funny when they do their turn and pose. I like it. I mean, obviously... Sorry, I have to be Team Misfits from Jason, but...
No, and that's another thing I'll address too, man. I really didn't like the whole two-sided stuff, you know, because I connected with everybody in that house in a specific way. Me and Christy had the music thing, and she power-lifted, and I really liked that about her. Me and Jason laughed, and he was a straight shooter. I respect Jason probably more than anybody in that house, because he told me from the very beginning, look, I'm a vet. You could put me up. That would make sense. But also, I recommend you to weaponize me. He didn't bullcrap me from a strategic standpoint, and I respect him for that. And so I really like him. He's a really funny guy. And then Justin, me and him got the fishing thing, athletics, we got all that. And Danielle was really cool. We both love sports. I mean, she knows a whole lot about flag football and stuff, so she was really interested in as well. So the whole two-sided thing, I really wasn't a fan of. But that's kind of what it came to, sadly.
Well, let me ask you this question from Wesley Lester, because I think a lot of us do want to know the answer to this. Just what you said, Jason was willing to let you weaponize him in this game, and it would have taken the target totally off of your back if you had done that. Do you regret not using Jason and the twist more, or do you think it wouldn't have helped your game?
Oh, absolutely, I regret that. Now, I will say this. When I first got into the house, none of us knew America's Power. We knew that they were going to vote on the winner at the end, but we had no idea that they were going to vote a nominee each week and have a house vote as well. If I'd known that, oh, God, I would have been kissing Jason's butt. I wouldn't have even gone near touching him. But the reason I played Big Brother this way was I figured I almost came close to weaponizing him, and I wish I had, because I think I'd still be in that house for weeks to come. But I figured at the first HOH, I like everybody in the house. I didn't have anything against anybody, and I knew Jason was going to have a lot of support. And so I was like, well, maybe if I level the playing field for the rest of the house will get behind me. And the house was behind me. He would have gone home had he not won that veto. So from a gaming-chip standpoint, I was like, crap, he won. But from a personal standpoint, I was happy for him because he's a good guy.
Right. Let me take a question from Twitter. It is from Allison, XOXO Feedsters, who wants to know, first she says, hi, love you, thanks for coming on the show. And then part 2 is, do you feel having so many Southerners in the house caused a divide that may not have otherwise formed?
Wow. That's a really good concept, because when I first got in there and realized the South, just the culture and everything, we could all relate to each other in some different ways. But, yeah, I thought that would be a strength for me. But looking back, maybe people kind of, categorized everybody in the house a certain way, and that could have divided us a little bit more.
Right.
So that's an interesting concept. I really hadn't thought about that. So maybe that was a disadvantage after all, because people kind of clump people together in certain aspects. And like I said, I didn't like the two-sided thing at all.
It does seem kind of, I feel like the plastics kind of was Alex, Morgan. I know they put you into it, Whitney. So, I mean, only Scott is the only, I would say, not true Southerner in there, but they didn't really put him in the plastics kind of either. What are your thoughts on Whitney?
Oh, I love Lil Whitney, man. She's got the heck of an accent. I love listening to her talk. But I mean, but the thing I like most about her is she seems like a real, just nice person, just real genuine. She'll sit there and we had like 5 conversations about Cracker Barrel and just eating good old home cooking food, simple stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah, it's a good little country restaurant that we both like.
Oh, I've heard of it.
But Whitney, sorry, my buddies are giving me a hard time. But no, Whitney's really nice. I really like her. Now, she's good. She's smart. And if I hadn't won HOH that first week, I would have been way more calm and quiet, kind of like Shane is doing, taking myself out of the spotlight, been very mellow. But I figured being HOH that first week, I was like, well, if I'm wishy-washy up here, no one's going to want to work with me because they're going to be like, he's weak. So maybe I try to be too strong. If I just kind of bounced it a little bit more, I wouldn't have been seen as such a big threat. So I definitely changed things if I had gone back.
One of one of my favorite, most funny, and I hope I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I think you just said it wrong, moment from you was in one of your live VRs when you said, and I always judge a book by its cover.
Oh,
yeah, Monty, did you mean that you don't judge a book by its cover?
That is just lack of sleep and probably on the slop talking. No, I never judge a book by its cover because myself, I've got tons of deep layers, and if people looked at me from the surface, all they see would maybe just a country guy who's got muscles and could be arrogant, and really I'm probably more on the nerdy side and who's more quiet and reserved. But so no, I definitely don't believe in judging a book by its cover because you miss out on some of the best people you'll ever meet if you do that.
I have to say, Monty, on behalf of your female fans and on behalf of some of your gay fans, we were a little disappointed that you did not walk around that house shirtless more often. We were like, don't you know your role, Monte? You were supposed to be walking around there shirtless way more than you were.
Yeah, well, hey, I had it off a lot. I worked out with no shirt a couple times, and then the POV comp, and I would walk around kind of late at night with no shirt on. But part of that was my strategy. After that first couple of days in HOH, I knew when people watched me work out, everybody knew I was in shape, and they were already threatened by me. So I didn't want to give off the kind of arrogant vibe by walking around saying, "Everybody, look at me." I was trying to play the house to my favor, but maybe I would have been better trying to get America on my side just by, I guess, attractiveness.
You should have. I didn't actually ever think of that before. That's actually a really good point. I never really thought that would be kind of like showing people I'm more physical than maybe you are in this game.
Yeah, trying to be humble a little bit.
You gotta play America. You 100% have to play America. So I know you said you didn't realize as the game was going on how much influence America was going to have in this game. Now that you know that, I don't want to say do you regret it, but would you play another season that was this same format, or would you rather play another more traditional season of Big Brother where America doesn't have so much influence?
Man, I believe in second chances, and going out the second week like I did, I'm not a big fan of. I've got more character and better all-around person and competitor than that showed, and I'll definitely take a second chance, whether it be the over-the-top style or traditional Big Brother. And knowing what I know now, that first HOH, it was kind of a, not that good of a spot to be in looking back, because all the twists we didn't know about is dumped on me. And all of a sudden, it's too late to change how you're playing the game because that'd be all kind of fake looking. So I just had to roll with it. But yeah, no, I'll definitely be up to go back because I believe I could really win America over if I had a couple more weeks in that house.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see you actually have a chance to play the game again. I would honestly love to see all of the Big Brother Over the Top people have a chance to play it again because I think a lot of you didn't understand how much America was going to be involved at first.
Not at all.
And I think it did affect a lot of people's games. But speaking of that, Mom of Twins in the chat room wants to know, what did you think, or do you know that America voted Jason in? It wasn't random. He wasn't just called up. We got to vote who we wanted in, and we voted Jason in.
And I don't know if other house guests knew that. I did not know that personally. I did not know that he was voted in. And so if I'd known he was voted in, oh, God, I would have been teamed up with him from the beginning because clearly that shows right there people are wanting him to win this game. And if you're teamed up with him, people will like you. And so going after him was definitely not I was like, ugh. And especially since it didn't work, I knew I was in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he told Justin and Chrissy are the only people he's told so far that he was voted in. Well, let me go over here. Rachie also would like to know, was there anything that you learned? You got this question from a lot of people. Was there anything that you've learned now that you're out of the house about your fellow house guests that actually surprised you, other than like the sisters?
Yeah, well, obviously the sister one, yes. And then Neely, lying about her age, I kind of suspected she was a little bit older than that, but that kind of surprised me. And then the biggest one's got to be Shelby, right? I mean, she's been playing dumb, kind of ditzy, but she's like a lawyer, man. So, like, I did not see that coming. So that's a big twist.
I don't know that she's a lawyer yet.
Or law school, whatever she did.
I'm not buying that, Monty.
You what?
I'm not buying that.
Man, I don't know. I'm just going to have to go back and research that one.
I'm going to wait and see. I know she took her test. I'm not so sure she passed. We're going to find out. No, I like Shelby.
Maybe oh, no, I like Shelby, too. She's quite a character. She's funny. And, she's a person, too, right there. A lot of people kind of jumped on her early, just didn't like her because she was too loud. But, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Obviously I wasn't doing hot, as a have-not nominee. Pretty sure America was going to give me a vote, too. But she really showed me some layers about her character by coming over and talking to me and telling me it's okay, that she's been targeted in the house as well and really was there for me. And so I'll remember that forever. She really had my back.
Right. Redheaded Michelle wants to know, Monty, who are you rooting for to win the game right now?
I've got a couple.
Go ahead.
Okay. I've got a couple people. I'm pulling for Neely just because she shot me straight from the beginning. I shot her straight, and I really like her as a person. And so I'm pulling for her. And also, I'd like to see Whitney win it, or one of the sisters, one of them. Mm-hmm.
So Neely first, then Whitney, or one of the sisters. Interesting. Yep. If you were Scott, you got this question a lot too. If you were Scott this week, let's pretend that the care package isn't in play. Just you were Scott this week. You had to put 2 people on the block. What 2 people would you have put on the block this week?
Oh, and so do I imply like a backdoor situation or just straight up 2 people?
No, straight up. Let's just
straight up. For me, if I was Scott.
Mm-hmm. No, if you were you. If you were still in the game.
Okay. I would definitely put up Justin, just because, I mean, nothing against him personally, but obviously me and him were button heads.
Right.
And I know he's never going to vote for me to stay in. So that's somebody you got to put up. And I probably would have put up Shane, honestly. Or because I think Shane's a bigger threat than Danielle. And I think if Shane goes home tomorrow, I think Danielle's going to be such a mess that she's not going to be good with anybody because she's already getting on everybody's nerves. So I would have done Justin and Shane, surprisingly. Man, it's going to be an all-girl house here soon.
Oh, it really is going to be. Actually, so you just kind of answered a question from Denise Lang wants to know, do you think that the plastic should vote off Danielle this week or Shane?
For their game, I know them girls. I know them personally. Obviously, y'all know I do.
Right.
Y'all 24/7. Y'all know the conversations we had. I know they don't like her. And I think the way Danielle's doing it, I don't think she's carrying herself that greatly. I think Shane made some comments earlier today saying she doesn't handle things well. Even him called her out. And that's another thing, too. I don't know if America knows this. I'll go ahead and say this. Shane, that first week, told me to put Danielle up on the block. And I'm guessing he didn't tell his girl that either. So I'm going to have some choice words with Shane for making me out to be, going after her when really we had a plan saying she was completely a pawn. So hopefully America realizes that Danielle was a perfect pawn because I liked her that first week. She was tight with Shane, and I figured he could damage control with her, and obviously that backfired. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think they should. I think they should do what Scott wants because Scott's got the tiebreaker, and they need Scott to stay on their side. If they go against Scott and they lose him, they're going to be in trouble because they're already being targeted they're already getting targeted just because they were with me and just the plastic, both sides of the house. So they need to do what Scott wants to do, and Scott wants to go up Shane.
Conquer Thyroid Issues wants to know, after being put on the block, why did you still have trust in Shane then when clearly he had seem to have backed off of your alliance?
Well, I was in a pickle because, obviously I had some beef with Justin and Danielle, and Jason. I liked Jason, he liked me, and but I knew that for his game it was best to get me out, and so then it came down to Neely and Shane because I had Whitney, Morgan, Alex, and Scott's vote, but Neely and Shane were the toss-ups that I needed.
Right.
And so one of them two I was trying to get, but Neely was in a tough spot because she loves Danielle and Chrissy and myself, so I knew she struggled with that. And Shane, I thought, maybe, just maybe, if I shot him straight and was like, look, man, told him the house is telling me they're going for Chrissy when I knew it was Danielle. But I told him I can't guarantee him anything because he's smart. Shane's a lot smarter than what people think. Scott was telling Chrissy all day. The girls were telling me to offer him everything for him to vote Chrissy when I knew Shane better than any of them. And I knew Shane was smart as heck. He's a lot smarter than he's playing. Shane did the numbers in his head. He knows people don't like Danielle. So my best bet was to shoot him straight. Just man to man, be like, look, man, if you can't vote to save me, I'm not going to hold it against you. I get it because it's risky. And I figured just talking to him smart maybe would have won him over, but clearly not enough. And hey, I saw the final tally votes. Thank y'all, America. I almost was still in that house. It was a toss-up between me and Danielle there towards the end, so I appreciate all the support, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, I know sometimes the haters on Twitter can be louder than other people, but I think it's not fair to say that you didn't have fans. I think you definitely have fans that appreciated your game and liked the way that you were playing it.
Yep.
To that point, I want to say one thing super quickly. I know this is really Skype. There's a little bit of a Skype delay, but I forgot to say this in the beginning of the show. Speaking of your fans, Monty. Oh my God, I was almost going to say Shane. Speaking of your fans, Monty, the number one fan on this show, is getting a signed Monty autograph, and currently it's you, Jasmine88, number one fan. So make sure you guys fan it right now here in You Now and spread the word. Let me take a question over from Twitter for you, Monty. You might not have seen this. Samantha Seitzer wants to know, what did you think of Cornbread saying, "Fuck y'all," when he walked out the door, and did you hear him say it?
I'll tell you this. I'm in touch with Cornbread. We've been exchanging messages and whatnot, and he was really blindsided by that. And the entire house kind of flipped on me too. We had a plan to backdoor Danielle that first week, and it didn't come through. And then everybody voted with the house. And I didn't take too much offense to it, but I feel like if anybody in the house deserves him to respect, it'd be me, because I didn't put him up. And I didn't vote for him. And I told him that right before he left. Put my hand on his shoulder and said, "I didn't put you up, man. And I wish you the best. That's not me. I didn't vote you." But at the same time, I mean, I think, it's a very emotional thing in that house. People don't understand. It's 24/7, and those are the only people you see, interact with. There's no TV or anything, obviously. So, like, they are your life. And so everything is taken personal. So,
we should let everybody know on Thursday night at 7 p.m., Cornbread will be on here. So if you guys have questions for Cornbread, you can come back Thursday night at 7 p.m. And on Friday night at 7 p.m., we have Paulie and Zakia on from BB18. So it is a super fun week here. Anger... I'm going to go with Cheer Baby. Cheer Baby wants to know what was the biggest move that you regret in the game? What do you feel is your biggest regret in?
Definitely not aligned with Jason that first week. I should have weaponized him, not put him up. I'd still be in that house for a long time, because I feel like Jason realized I had potential to really be a player and be good at this. Mm-hmm. And so I think Jason really would have respected me weaponizing him, and he would have tried to save me, with the whole two-side thing. I feel like he would have told that side, Monty's good. I would have told my side, Jason's good. And so me and him could have gone a long way together if I'd weaponized him instead of targeting him. So that's definitely my biggest regret. You get this actually from your younger fans want to know, we know you didn't get to really play in a lot, but the ones that you did get to play in, what was your favorite comp? Ironically, the golf. I know I didn't do good, but everyone needs to know Shane's like a really good golfer. So as soon as he hit the 30 ball in on the second try, in my head, I'm like, all it takes is one more for him to get that. And I had to win that veto. And so I just went for the 30 every single time. And I came close a couple times, but, I figured I didn't have time to dilly-dally and go for the 10 or the 15. I had to go for the 30 the whole time. But golf, that was the most fun.
I was a little bit worried for you on the golf. I looked away for a minute. I came back. It seemed like you were drowning yourself. It was like, is Monty jumping in a pool? What is happening here? I liked the golf one. I liked it way better than Tag You're It HOH.
Yeah, and that first HOH comp was kind of like a hot potato thing, and at that point, everybody loved everybody, so it was kind of like, who's going to be the first villain of the house, and it came down between me and Alex, and, I guess being a gentleman, I was just like, I'll get blood on my hands first, don't worry about it, Alex, and so me and Whitney had a deal, and so then, rest is history.
I see a lot of people asking this question. I feel like I already know the answer, but I'm going to let you answer it. From Liv Dillon on Twitter wants to know, why did you tell everyone that they couldn't listen to your HOH music when that wasn't true? Was that true?
Oh, this is the first. I thought only I could listen to it. Like seriously, that wasn't anything strategic.
Yeah, I believe so too. I have your back on this one. I'm pretty sure this season
pretty sure.
they're not allowed to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a no. That's why we had the little headphones. Like only HOH can listen. So I mean, so
Blonde Shell in the chat room is saying no, but I'm gonna find this answer out. I feel like other HOHs have said the same thing. Like this season, other house guests are not supposed to listen to the music. BB Boston is saying they're not allowed. Scott asked, so I kind of feel like I've heard other HOH. I mean, we haven't really had that many. But I feel like Big Brother might have said that. But we wouldn't be able to confirm or deny because we're not allowed to.
Exactly.
So we'll move away from that. Dancing Amy wants to know, now that you are out of the house, you have a lot of influence still in this game, even though you're not going into the jury house. You still can influence America, being on social media, being on Twitter. I know a lot of people were wondering if you're going to make your Twitter public or if you're going to be interacting with fans on Twitter, or are you someone who kind of isn't really into social media?
No, I definitely love social media. I got Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. I got all the things, Monte Massongill. But no, I think I'm going to give. I've been giving it a couple days, processing everything, adjusting, seeing family, friends, just kind of laying low with media for a little bit. But no, I probably will eventually make it public again and then try to influence the game. Because, I like you said, I can still influence. And with me being an alumni now, I've got a lot of power behind what I'm saying on there, good or bad. One thing I live by is praise and blame is all the same, so... Are
you voting? Are you playing with us? Have you jumped on to Team America? Are you throwing votes in every week?
Oh, I voted. Oh, yeah.
Oh, who did you vote for their nom?
I voted. I didn't vote for the nom, but I voted for one. Oh, no. Yes, that is exactly what I voted for. I voted for Danielle.
You did?
I knew. I did. Voted for Danielle. Mm-hmm.
Did you vote for Have Nots?
I didn't vote for Have Nots, but that was Danielle, Shelby, and Alex, right?
Danielle, Shelby, Alex, correct, yes. Yes, I can pull up.
I'll tell you who's going to be.
You're what?
I can tell you who's going to be hilarious on that is Whitney. She eats a lot to be a little girl. And she eats for taste, too. She's going to be hilarious on that.
Oh, I can't wait to see Whitney. She seems to be Teflon. Everybody, the temperature that I get from social media is a lot of people are not Whitney fans, yet she keeps avoiding everything every single week. She avoids the have-nots, avoids them.
She's doing a good job in the house. She's playing like how I would have played. If Alex was HOH that first week, I would have been laying in the shadows, just chill, because I've already, I just feel like people were looking at me as a target to begin with, so I definitely would have laid low a lot more. And it was one of those absolute things. It's either I come in here, play really hard and aggressive and get people to fall behind me and just bull rush through it, or lay absolutely low. And when I won that first HOH, that didn't help my case with that. But Whitney's playing it perfect. I think she's playing, she's talking to people just enough, but not so much that it's, that's detrimental to her game.
Do you think Whitney would, we saw a lot this week, Justin has kind of moved away from the Misfits and has kind of been a lot more with the plastics. A lot of people are saying he's moving to the Power or floating. Do you think that's a strategy Whitney might do going forward?
Maybe. And hey, can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay. My connection's a little shaky right now. It's coming back in. But no, yes, and exactly. And that's another thing about Justin. I think it was more, people read into all that situation too much. I think Justin's a lot smarter than what people give him credit for. I think he honestly was somewhat jealous of where I was in the house. I had a good group of people backing me up, and he realized that I had 4 or 5 votes in my back pocket. And so maybe him trying to get me out of the house was perfect for him, because he could just slide right in where I was, basically take my spot. And so I think that's smart by him. And Whitney, I could see Whitney down the road doing that a little bit. I think Whitney's trying to be real mellow and quiet, and she may try to get Neely on her good side and Jason too. But her and Jason never did like each other, from what I've got. But maybe.
Interesting. But BB Princess wants to know if the final two, let's say there was a jury, and the final two came down to Jason and Justin, who would you give your vote to?
Jason.
You would give it to Jason.
I respect him. So I respect people that play the game hard. And I think Justin's been just kind of, I mean, he's been playing the game, but he's been kind of more lackadaisical. Jason was like me. Me and Jason both went in there like, all right, let's do this. I've got a game plan. Play hard. I respect people that play the game hard. And Jason's definitely doing that. And he's a great guy, too.
Right. Lisa 72 in the chat room wants to know, what did you think of the previous house guest tips that they left for you?
Well, I didn't read too many of those tips, obviously, because, I had a lot of things I should have done better. But, I guess you got to take everything with a grain of salt, because this season is so different. And, everything's so different this season that it's really a whole new ball game. It's nothing like the original Big Brother, which really changes everything. And unfortunately, I was the one that had to be in power when we learned all the new twists. And so by that time, I was like, no, dang.
I was playing it cool with that question, Monty. I had no clue what Lisa was talking. I was like, was there some Julie interview I didn't watch? I remember the tips on the wall in the yoga room.
Oh.
Or were you given tips from other house guests too? I didn't watch the Julie exit interview.
I was just kind of navigating around that question.
Oh, good. We both loved that. So we did good. Well, live show. Good, because the questions in the yoga room, I would have only listened to one of the people. Expect the unexpected. What do you think of BB Geek Chick wants to know, what do you think of the potential round table alliance that Scott was trying to put in play last night? He wants it to be him, Alex, Jason, and Justin working together going forward.
That would be just over the top. But the only problem with that I see is Alex and Morgan. Nobody knows their sisters, but I feel like you can't help but think that they really want to carry the other one along and at least help the other one. But I don't know. Sisters sometimes hate each other. But so it's Scott, Alex, Jason, and Justin, correct?
Yes, Scott, Alex, Jason, Justin, correct.
So that would leave Morgan, Whitney, Shane and Danielle, and Neely and Chrissy on the outside. I think honestly that's 4 really strong players. Scott, Jason, and Alex. Alex and Jason are probably the best players in that house. They're both super fans. Jason's the vet. Alex loves the show. And I really think a lot of her. I think she's got a lot of good things. She's smart. She knows sort of. She's very good with this game. That'd be a heck of an alliance. But I feel like if one of them isn't in power, it's going to get blown up.
Yeah. I know Jason doesn't kind of want to be in it unless I believe Neely can come along, and then I kind of feel like Neely doesn't want to be involved unless Chrissy can come along. So it's going to be kind of, I'm interested to see the way this alliance is going to work out. But I agree with you. I love Alex.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely like Alex a lot. I think a lot of her. They come from a good family from what I can see. They both seem to have good heads on their shoulders, her and Morgan. Both very classy, nice lady. Everybody in that house really is good people. And that's the thing people need to understand is that 24/7 living with somebody, emotions get to everybody. I don't think Danielle's a bad person. I just think she's kind of under a lot of pressure and emotion right now, and she's kind of not handling it as well as others in the house. So I think everybody in that house, we all got there for a reason. So that's another thing too. I'll back anybody up in that house. It's a very challenging process.
I agree with that. I don't think anybody, I will always stand up for you guys in that aspect. I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is to play that game. Angel Eyes wants to know, did you watch Big Brother 18 and what did you think of the winner, Nicole?
I watched a little bit of Big Brother 18, off and on. I was working, busy. I've been busy all the time. I saw Nicole win. That was nuts. I really thought Paul was going to win it. And I was kind of pulling for James, too. I like him. But, I like all of them. I'm not mad Nicole won. I think it's awesome how it worked out. And the jury, they had her back at the end. Barely. But, hey, that's all it takes. And so, that was a really exciting season. A lot of stuff went down. Obviously, it's a great show, great entertainment. And so I'm happy for Nicole. Congratulations.
Thank you, Monty. Yeah. Now I have to edit this show extra.
Shout out to my buddy Alex helping me out with that.
Thank you, Alex. Does Alex want to say hi to people? Is Alex single?
Alex, yeah, come on in. We're actually in a band together. What's up, guys? Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna make you get Alex back in 1 second. Wait, let me give you guys full screen so that everybody can see him. It's a little tricky. Okay, bring him back and let him say hi to everybody.
What's up, guys?
He needs to be more on your shoulder. There you go. There you go. Say hi. What's the name of your band?
Well, we were going by Living Past Sundown, but we changed so many people in there. We're just going by Alex Butler. So, but Monty's probably the best drummer I know. So me and him rock out all the time.
Yeah, I've been playing drums over 15 years, so I can tear the skins up.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you about that at the end. We only have about 10 more minutes left.
All right. Yeah.
You're going to be able to give that website. And let me just say this, too, for the people watching in YouNow. I know they haven't taken us out of this YouNow square yet. If you guys watch the show back, all you people watching live, it's widescreen and you can see everything. So another reason for you guys to watch it back. I know they might have had a little trouble seeing both of you there, but reason for you to watch the playback. Let me jump over to this question where we left off. It was from Wes Lester, who wants to know, did you ever think about changing your plan once you then saw that America was nominating and had the influence to evict Cornbread, who was on your side? So in other words, you didn't know week 1, but you did know week 2. Did you ever consider doing it, or you thought it would come off insincere or something?
Definitely. And to that point, I'm a very genuine person. Maybe that's why I'm out of the game. I'm not very good at backstabbing or being, not, just real, not Monty. And so I tried to contemplate a few ideas, knocking them around in my head, but at the end of the day, I was confident in who I was, and I was hoping I could just play the game right. And then when I was put up as a have-not and then the nominee, I knew that I just had to win the house over at that point. Because even though I love America and I know I have tons of support, and thanks everybody for supporting me. I love y'all. Y'all been helping me get through this so much, and I can't say enough about the fan base I've got. I love all my supporters, and we almost did it. We almost kept me in that house, but much love. It's all good. And but I did contemplate changing my plan a little bit.
Seattle Jen 42 wants to know, did Alex's hidden vote in the beginning when she threw the wacky vote, did that give you false hope?
Yes, definitely. I thought maybe America was like, you know what, we really don't like Danielle. But I knew those girls didn't like her, so I was like, one of these girls is lying to me. Somebody voted Danielle. And, I'm glad for Cornbread that was the case. If you go out 10-0, that's got to... I didn't want that for him, so.
Butterfly Catton wants to know, what type of music does your band play?
Oh, we play a little bit of rock, country. Well, I've been playing with Alex for years and years. I took a little break. I didn't play with his band for about a year or so, but I play a lot of rock. That's my favorite thing to do. But we do a little bit of rock, country. We do a lot of cover stuff, and just getting our feet going into it. I've made a couple of demo albums with some other bands and stuff like that. And I'm very well versed in that. I can play all kinds of music, and as he can as well. So yeah.
Okay, I think I'm going to tell you stuff about that after the show. Glenn from Big Brother 18 is in the chat room and wants you to know, Monty, he loves you.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, Glenn, that means a lot to me. And I hate to see that you went out so early that first season, man. I feel you. That's tough, isn't it, brother? But, yeah, man, hit me up. I love, we can talk about everything, meet up, we can be buds, man. So thanks for your support. That means a lot, man.
He is. Glenn is definitely a really good guy. All right, let's do this, because a lot of people are wanting to know where they can find you on social media and a lot more stuff about you. So first I'm going to give you full screen so that you can say whatever you want to say to your fans, to the people that support you. So let's start there. The floor is yours, Monty. You have hundreds and hundreds of fans here. What do you want to say to your fans?
First off, thank y'all. y'all mean the world to me. Y'all really helped me. Getting voted out the second week, that's not the best feeling in the world. And there were some, false accusations on my character, but hey, y'all stood by it. Y'all saw my true character deep down, and y'all love me regardless. And I can't say enough. That's helped me sleep easy and feel good about everything. I love y'all so much. Keep giving me follows. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Monte Massongill Jr. or Monte Andrew Massongill Jr. Same thing with Snapchat. Y'all keep giving me follows. I'll follow y'all back. We can talk about this game, see what America's going to do. We can try to influence some stuff and work together, really. But yeah, I love y'all. I can't say enough. At the end of the day, I'm just a simple guy. I love all people. The more friends, the merrier. We all live under the same sun. And so.
Yeah. Okay, so that's perfect. That is exactly. First of all, people are going to love to talk Big Brother with you. I have had a lot of people ask me, when is Monte coming on Twitter? I want to hear what he thinks about stuff. Yeah. All of the links to your social media will be below this video on the edited version. So your Monte Massongill everywhere?
Let me check.
Yeah, let's start with Twitter, which you don't need to know that. I have your Twitter right here on the screen right now. It's at MonteJR5.
That's my Twitter. Yep.
What's your Snapchat?
Let's see. My Snapchat is, let's see here. Sorry, I've got such a unique name. I've got it all over the place.
I'll ask you this.
My name is, it's all lowercase, just Monte Massongill. That's it.
Okay. Perfect.
And then Facebook should be just straight up Monte Andrew Massongill Jr.
Oh, that's simple. We'll put the links below this version, below the edited version here. Are you going to have a P.O. box for people that want to send you fan mail? Is that something you would do, create a P.O. box?
I'll definitely do that, yeah.
Okay, so if you put out a P.O. box, I suggest put it in your social media thing, but we can also put it below. And now, lastly, for the people that want to hear more of your music, do you guys have a website? Are you on YouTube?
Not yet. We're in the process of working with that. And like I said, Alex May, he's been playing music for the past couple years. I took a break off of it, doing engineering and personal training. I'm also a big personal trainer. Really love fitness, and so I guess I'm kind of well-rounded with that, the training, the drums, and so I'm kind of all over the place. But drums are my heart. I've been playing that, and we're really starting to get some shows gigged, and we're really going to try to push forward with this. So any support with that will be much appreciated as well.
Well, I think it'll be good, Monte. I think you definitely have a platform now, like you said, to speak to people and to start putting that stuff out there. And you definitely have a lot of supporters. Fan Monte on Twitter. He will add you back, and I'm sure we will have Monte come on and talk more Big Brother again.
Yeah.
All right, we will do. I'm going to say this. Bye for now, YouNow chat room. You guys can watch the playback of this show later, and we will see you guys all later. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys like the show. Bye, everybody.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for the support.
Bye, guys.
Hey, just kidding. I love you.